All right, y'all. I just wanted to see how this will work. I want to, try and make some of these, ranking videos because I a lot of times love to just rank things. So I want to start out with, ranking the Radiohead songs. And you'll have to excuse me because this is being recorded on July 4th, so you will be able to hear all the fireworks. If this does end up making out, I ask that if you like it, just hang around and see what you like from me. So we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Um, I don't know if it's exactly every single song, but I'll just rank them. I think this bottom tier I haven't heard is going to be a bunch of, like what is that song or it's not really relevant. I want to rank the big stuff. So, we're starting off with Untitled. That one I just don't think counts. It's, 10 seconds of basically nothing. Kid A is an interesting song. And I've talked to some of my buddies and they think it's kind of a weird song. I don't mind it. C tier. National Anthem, though, on the other hand, one of the best songs that Radiohead's made. Composition levels incredible. This next song here, I don't think that we're arguing. That's on some people's opinions greatest song Radiohead's ever made, and I don't disagree. That song hits 100% of the time. That's a song that just will never get skipped. Song though, I don't know what I think of this one. I think it hits a lot of my instrumental playlist, but that's about all it is. It's a good song to just fill through the one of the best albums of all time. Tree Fingers. I don't really know exactly where it falls in line of that album. I think it's about sixth down there. What songs? It probably follows How to Disappear completely. Actually, it's probably in order. No, it's not really in order because everything in its right place is number one. Optimistic. I'm not really the biggest fan of this song. I'm gonna stick that probably in B. In Limbo. That's probably the worst song of the whole album. Do I go F? No, I don't think there's any song worthy of F except for off their freshman album. Idiotech. I want to go S with that one, but I think I have to go A. Morning Bell, I'm just not a big fan of that song. Motion Pictures soundtrack, I think that one's a little overrated. I'll stick that in C. Everything in its right place, probably a B. I'm gonna skip all of these down here. They're just really irrelevant songs. Um, how much I love Cut Tooth. I'll just leave that one. See if any of these or just maybe skip all the way to OK Computer. So I don't know where these go in. Oh gosh. Okay, Lucky. Um, that's the second to last song off OK Computer. I remember how that one goes. Um, Feel my luck, good shit. Yeah, I'm not much of a singer, so excuse me. That's a B tier song. A tour song. That's one of the songs I could argue to go F. I hate that song. It fits perfectly well in an album and fits the timeline of the album, but just outside of listening to it in the album, that is just that's just a skipper. Paranoid Android S, easiest inclusion S. One of the more popular Radiohead songs that I just think is deserves its popularity. Um, wait, okay. Why am I blanking on what that is? Gosh, I'm gonna have to look it up. Excuse this. Why am I just blanking on what? So it's Subterranean Homesick Alien. Oh my, I'm not. I'll go D with that one. I think the sound on that one's not. What the heck? Why is this? My ad blocker just not working. There we go. No, that one. I did not know that was there. Okay, sorry for that. Exit music for a film. Honestly, one of the more overrated Radiohead songs, but I do enjoy that one. I'll put that B. Let Down, probably my favorite Radiohead song of all time. Um, and I would hope no one would disagree with me. That song just once it hits the part, um, gosh, I don't know the full line of it, but someday I will grow wings. My goodness, probably the biggest climactic point in any Radiohead song, and probably in an album. Karma Police, it's one of those songs that's just way too overplayed. Um, but again, I still you play it, I will sing along to it anytime. Fitter Happier, I don't think that song counts. That's just overdubbed. Not overdubbed. It's a something you could put in Google Translate. Electioneering, I think, is one of the more underrated songs. I love electioneering, but still, I don't think I could put it anywhere but C. That's an interesting C tier. Kid A, motion picture soundtrack, electioneering. Climbing up the walls, I cannot agree with anyone that does not like that song. That song is incredible. No surprises again. Let me see. The music video is kind of weird for that song. Stick that. I'll stick that C. Airbag, I think probably one of the better opening tracks for an album. Opens up with him crashing his car and an airbag saving his life. I think that's based off of a dream that Tom York had and wrote it into an album. Obviously, he was made famous for it. I'll probably stick that C. Life in a Glass House, that's an A tier song. Again, this is one of the albums I would never suggest a beginning listener to listen to unless they were an experience. Um, what moment? Unless they were an experienced reviewer, because it's just one of the more left turn albums, which I think they did a phenomenal job. Speaking of phenomenal jobs, Pyramid Songs, 8 S tier. Um, I love that song. Polk Pole, I think you gotta go F with that one. Again, this album hits on a lot of songs, but then there's a lot of songs that just do not. UN Whose Army, I'm not a big fan of that one. I think that one gets over credit. Same with I Might Be Wrong. Probably that might go D. Knives Out. I don't. Again, these three songs here, I feel like you just see them everywhere ranked between critics. I think I like that one more than I Might Be Wrong though. Morning Bell again. This is the worst version of that song. I do not like Morning Bell, and I don't get the popularity between it. Dollars and cents. That's that. I think that's the better of those four songs right here that get credit. Hunting Bears. Actually, you gotta consider that one. It's another instrumental. I'll stick that in D with the other instrumental. Like Spinning Plates. That one's D. I'm not a big fan of that one. Um, like Crushed Tin. I can never spell that. Pack like sardines and crushed tin box. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that took me so long. Remember that. Um, it's not a memorable song. I'll put that D. These songs I just can't rank. They're just not memorable. Or I'm really just trying to rank the studio albums. Liturgy again. That's just this is the. I don't want to say the worst one. Um, I can find myself listening to this album, but F tier will probably go to the songs on this album that just aren't memorable. Blowout, that's a memorable one. It's one of my more favorite closing tracks. They're saying a lot. There's some good closing tracks on the Radiohead albums. Production, if it was produced better, you could argue S. Um, the production just is bad on the album. How do you? I think that's a little better than Largy. You is so good. I think that's a phenomenal beginning of a track, despite just the production value on this out. If I mean, if Radiohead were to have produced this album themselves, like they had their other studio albums, I think that it would be looked upon a lot better. And you might even say it could bump up to even like the third worst or fourth worst and not be considered down as the worst album. Stop Whispering, it's one of my dad's favorites. Um, stick that one. I might stick that one in uh, C, as in it's not better than Blah. Thinking about I myself listening to the song a lot. I'll stick that B. Anyone can play guitar. That one's just an awful sounding song. Red chord. Vegetable. I can't stand vegetable. Prove yourself. I can't. Oh, and polarizing one. I want to put this in its own tier because it's just so overrated. But I find myself listening to it. That's a B tier song. Okay, on to this album. An album I just don't find myself listening to a lot, which is surprising. Sulk, probably D. This song is probably up there as my favorites, Street Spirit. And I think I speak for the trees on that one. Street Spirit is so good. Such a good song. The Bends, I find it a bit catchy at points. But again, it's not a very memorable song. High and Dry. Again, it's one of those songs that's pretty popular, but I don't find myself listening to it a lot. Again, it comes up on a lot of shuffles, so I don't skip it. Ah, yes, and the song that got me into Radiohead, Fake Plastic Trees. I love that song. If I were to put this up here to rank these S tier, it's probably sitting there at like second, down from like Let Down. Bones, that's just not a memorable song. Nice Dream. Mm, it's just I feel like that fits pretty well in D. Just that's a C tier song. Iron Lungs not very memorable. Bulletproof. Um, I think that's one of the lines of really dark songs off this album. And you already know Radiohead's super dark. Um, I'll stick. mm, I just gotta go deep. Speaking of dark, Black Star. Look up that song and the lyrics and what it means. It's crazy. Planet Telex, not memorable. Um, I'll rank one couple songs off this second. Um, actually, no, I won't. I'll just leave it just the studio albums, like I said. Um, Okay, my favorite album. I could put almost all these songs up there in S. Body Snatchers, though, um, I gotta be relevant here. I'm gonna put that C. Um, Nude. Love that song. I'm glad that someone showed me the how good that song was. I'll stick that B. Okay, another one that is going up in S tier. Weird Fishes. You could argue the greatest Radiohead song ever made. That song just it hits just like How to Disappear Completely. Um, All I Need. I could stick that one in A. That fits there. Um, Lost Star. I That's like my least favorite song. I don't like that one. Reckoner. Easy inclusion A. House of Cards. Again, another one. I just love this album. A. Jigsaw. A. Videotape. I mean, it's kind of, it used to be my favorite song. I'll stick that in A. 15 step. Put that one B. That's fine. Okay, this album is probably my least favorite, least listened to album. Um, I, why does that one say, yeah, I don't know why that says a remix. Um, Let me stick all these remixes down here so I can actually look at this. Oh, because this is just bothering me here. I'll put these all down there and then come back. So I just decided to reorganize these now, so it looks a little better. We have all the songs now, and we can get into this album is the King or not the King of Limbs. That's this album. That is the 2003 Hail to the Thief. There we go. Um, Not an album I find myself listening to. I don't particularly enjoy some of these songs. There's a lot of forgettable songs in this album. Um, Probably down there. I sometimes just I think Pablo Honey at some points is just better than this album. Um, but it's highly ranked in the discography. But to be fair with you, if you're not listening to In Rainbows, OK Computer, um, Kid A, um, and the Bends, and maybe Amnesiac. I guess Moonshaped Pool hits sometimes, and certain songs on Pablo Honey. Again, I'm a big fan of Radiohead, so I guess anything you listen to is fine to me. First up is a Punch Up at a Wedding. I think that these tracks, what is the 4 track list of that? I don't know if you can see this on this end. I don't even know. Let me see. Come on. So it's the 4 track listing with that. Um, yeah, it goes there. I will punch up at a wedding. I think is a very good 3 track run there. A punch up at a wedding. Honestly, I don't know. It's kind of fallen for me a bit. One of those slower songs. I think I gotta go see with that one. Mix 'em a Toast. I've heard some people put that as their favorite song. I forgot what YouTuber put that as their favorite song. Um, I do find the background very catchy. So I'll be able to put that maybe at E. Scatterbrain, slow and boring song. I hate to say it, Tom York. And oh gosh. Um, I got I'm so embarrassed. Johnny Greenwood. Johnny Greenwood, I know that he composed a lot of these albums. A Wolf at the Door. That one's highly ranked between some people. I can't put it higher than maybe a C, maybe a B on a good day. Sit down, stand up. I think I sit with. No, that's the one that says rain in the raindrops 47 times, doesn't it? Um, that one's risen a bit for me. If you had asked me about 3, 4 years ago, it'd been D. Um, but I do find that it climaxes really well. Sail to the Moon, that one's not great. Backdrips, again, is forgettable. Go Go to Sleep is another forgettable. Where I End and You Begin. Okay, I could argue A. I could see A very much. And I'll put that A. This album though, if you listen to the basement from the basement version of it's so much I think it's better than the studio version of it. Or wait, that's the only song in the well, that and I think Mix and the Toasts are the only ones in the studio. But Where It End and You Begins, very good studio album. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I've returned. Um, so let's just return to We Suck Young Blood. Think about that song. It is weird. Okay. Why the heck is it titled that? I that and the gloaming, no, just it's fat skips. They're there. I could maybe put that S, but I think S should be prestigious. Um, I find myself off into that song, but it's fallen for me. C. 2 plus 2. I can give that one. I'll give that one A. I like that one. Oh, and for my least favorite album, these songs won't be ranked pretty high. Just get them out of the way. Um, just these four are the best. Four off the whole album. Lotus Flower, good music video, but not really much weight to it. Codex, I think that's my favorite off the album. I can bop to Give Up the Ghost, and probably the same as Separator every once in a while. Okay, for our last album, A Moon Shaped Pool. Some heavy hitters here, starting off with True Love Waits. That is a heavy hitter. I love that song. It took me a bit, but I love it. Daydreaming, can't put that probably more than a D. Dex Dark, that's an A. That's a forgettable song. Full Stop is an A to me. Glass Eyes, I think that's C. Intricate, it's probably as a D. The numbers C. My goodness. Okay, Tinker Tailor. Okay, what do I think of that song? Nah, nah, get that one out of here. Present tense, that's a C. Not much weight to that one. Burn the Witch, that's probably one of the less good songs of the music video. Like any of these have music videos? I do not think so. I'll have to put that D. I do not believe I missed any songs here. Um, these ones again, I'm not really gonna rank because they're not off the regular studio albums. Um, but if I were to look at some of these that were actually, worthwhile, I promise probably a B. Lift and Lowell, probably stick those on high D. A Reminder, I'd probably find that D. Probably a lot of these are D. Man of War is probably B. Um, Killer Cars, I stick that one in a low C. Super Collider, high C. Um, Spectre, a low D. Last Flowers is probably high A. I love that song. cut tooth, low A, high B. I may be overrating that song. Um, I love the second disc of this album. 4 Minute Warnings, probably high B. Bangers and Mash is probably a low C. Um, Fog. Fog is probably, um, gosh, I can't think right now. Fog is I like that song, and especially off, the recent Kid A Amnesia is probably a high B for me. I don't listen to a lot of these other songs very much. Oh wow, Last Flowers is kind of missing in there. I think I said that one. Um, but yeah, these are the main studio album songs. Let me know what you disagree with. I'm pretty set on this S tier. But songs can shift, especially songs like Videotape, um, something like Blowout or um, a lot of these songs can shift from time to time. But this is kind of my list. Love to hear what you think. Let me know. Some people aren't as big of mega fans as I am at Radiohead. Um, Maybe you think that Subterranean Homesick Alien, for example, is an A tier song. Maybe you think it's S, you're a weirdo like that. You think it's S. Maybe you think I'm ranking a song like I know my thoughts on Videotape are a little high. Um, Maybe I'm a little too high up on Idiotech. Just let me know. I'd love to know. Let me know what else you'd like to see. But I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.